Hello everyone, it's December 21st. We are at 1997. I think that's the same as yesterday, but maybe it's slightly more difficult. Any deletion indices, and we delete all the carry in those indices, okay? 0, 2, 3, then the final array becomes this. Suppose we choose a set of deletion indices. Answer such that after deletions, the final array has every string in lexicographical order. After deletion, the final array has every string in lexicographical. So it's not the total array is sorted. It's every string is lexicographically sorted. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have beginnings B, A, B, C, A, B, B, A, Z, B, right? So we need to delete such that this thing become lexicographically sorted. It has nothing to do with these two. Like they don't have the, it doesn't say the strings inside str need to be sorted, right? It just say every string is sorted. So the row, we want the row to be sorted. So it's BA, so we have to delete this one. This is AB, but this is BA, so we have to delete this one. This is ABC, it's good. AZ is good, but this is A, so we delete this one. Yeah, we have BCAZ. This we have to delete all four, because A, B, C, D, E. This is already G, H, I, D, E, F, A, B, C. Ooh, okay. Each row has to be sorted. Or in other way, you can say you need to find the strictly increasing. Now there's none decreasing within each one, right? And then you want to try the longest non-decreasing. Stretch. The longest non-decreasing stretch. So for this is B A B C A, right? So the non-decreasing B A. So we have A, B, C, that's it. ABC is the longest, right? I shouldn't say longest, it's just the subarray. The substring that's sorted, right? And then, yeah, and then for this B, B, A, Z, B, 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 A is bad, A, Z, and then B, so we have this. So now what we need to do is try to see if there's an overlap between these two. So basically this is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This I have 2, we have 0 to 1, and then 2 to 3. Okay, so if we go through them, so we need to match the overlap, right? We want to match the overlap. So if I say I hit 1, I hit 3, I had 0, I had 1. Line sweep to find overlap. So we need a section that has everybody, right? If we go line sweep for this, let me see if line sweep works. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is +1. This is -1. This is +1. This is a -1. And then this is +1, so it's actually 0. And then this is -1. So we add them together, so it's 1, 2, 2, 2, 0. Right? So this tells us that from 1 to 3 is a hit by both. But this is actually a deception, right? It's actually a deception because we should only consider these two. Oh, okay, but then I have a lot of, like, each string will have this, right? Each string will have these ranges. Each string has these ranges. Then how do we know? Well, since everybody needs to get, so what I can do is, I use the first to get all of them. So like this and this, what's the overlap? Overlap is 1. This and this, what's the overlap? Overlap is 2, 3. Okay, and then we're done. And then we have the second part. We do the overlap as well. So now we get new range. Then we try to overlap with the next one. We try to overlap with the next one, and eventually we'll get a final, right? We'll get a final. So here, in this case, right, basically it's just going to be, I think individual one need to come out as well, right? Individual one need to come out as well. So basically it's going to be, E. So our range is 0, 0, 1, 1, to, I think it's 4, 4, right? And then that's it. But that's it. So that's kind of at the end. You have, this is what you have at the end. Just a bunch of ranges, and then these are the ones. Then you should go through them, find the one with the largest value, which this case is 1, and then the total minus this. Okay, let's try this one. This is GHI. We just get a 0 to 3 because it's all sorted. So the first one is this, second one is this, third one is this as well. And then we'll match 0 to 3, match 0 to 3. So at the end we get 0 to 3. Go through this, we find the length is 3, right? The max length is 3, and then this length is 3 as well. So 3 minus 3 is 0. I think this will work, but the only thing I am not so sure about is whether this is going to be too slow. My hope is, because it's 100 again, so a little bit brute force will not be a trouble. So let's see. So we have 960. For each str, find the range, find the longest substring range that longest substring that is already sorted. Record the range, right? Record the range. And then, right, for each subsequent row, we merge all combinations of sorted ranges to form new shared sorted ranges. We continue doing this until all the rows are processed. Then, for the final sorted ranges, we search for the one with the max size, and the answer is the size of each string minus the size of the max sorted, max shared and sorted range. I don't know the runtime. Don't even want to know. Probably, I think we'll know when we get to the end of it. All right. So what we need is a previous range. Right. So a previous range, and then we'll produce the current range. We'll do that. We assign to the free. So we can do a vector of pair of int and int pre-ranges, pre's, okay? And then what we're gonna do, n is m strs.size, n is strs0.size. And then we're going to go for int I, 0i smaller than m, I plus plus, right? And then we'll produce the current range. So what we have is, let's call it low is going to be 0. And then for int j is 0, j smaller than n, j plus plus, right? So basically for each j, I need to check. Actually, no, this would be 1. And I need to have the current, like vector pair int current. Okay, so if strs ij is, as if it's larger or equal to, then we continue. If it's smaller than strs I minus 1 j. Now I is start from 0, so this is actually need. Oh, actually this is not right. It's we don't need this. It's j minus 1, right? So if it's smaller than that, then it's a mismatch. Not mismatch. That's not increasing. Then whatever the previous, we need to put into the current. So current dot pushback low. Let's call it k. I don't like low. I like k. So we're gonna have k and j minus 1, right? So that's we put in there, and then k will equal to j, right? K is equal to current, and then you move forward. And if it's larger equal to, you just keep moving until you hit the end. So once you hit the end, current I'll need to push back one more time, k to j minus 1. You don't have a j, but this is going to be n minus 1, right? Okay, so now this is the full, and then we need to merge, right? Try to merge. How do you merge? So you look into the pre, right? You look into the pre, and for each pre, we'll go through the current to produce a new one, right? To produce a new one, and if it's no good, then we don't produce. So the pre, I think, if we have the full thing, yeah, I think we can do this. So pre, I can just do from 0 to n minus 1, right? That is the pre at the beginning. So beginning is just full thing, and then you're gonna merge the whole thing. So we say for int ri and rj. Ri equal to 0. Pi. Let's go pi. Pi equal to 0. Pi smaller than pre.size, pi plus plus, right? For int ci equal to 0, ci smaller than current.size, ci plus plus, all right? And then we need to see if the two, then we say if pre pi 1, right, it's that if this is smaller than current ci 0 or pre And let's consider the other situation. If this is a larger or equal to current, and because we need them to overlap, right? And pre-pi is 0, right? So to overlap is this has to be larger than, and the pre-pi 0 has to be smaller than, right? Smaller or equal to current ci1. That is when we have overlap, right? We have overlap. Not merge, find overlaps and merge the pre and current. Right, we have overlap. My bad. This is not, oh my goodness, the second. Oh my lord. This is the first. This is the second, not the first, and this is the second. Okay. Right, so now we have overlap. Then what we need to do, right, so the second, actually it's you know, it's just because if this is bad, so the pre, right, the second need to be larger than the current, the front, right, and then it can be like this, then the pre dot first need to be smaller or equal to, and then pre dot second larger than, then we definitely have an overlap. Then when we have overlap, it's going to be the larger of the small, right? And we can say, now we have a current. We need a temp, right? So we have a current. So we need a vector pair temp, right? Then we say temp.pushback. It's going to be the maximum of pre-pi dot first current ci dot first, right? And std minimum pre-pi dot second current ci dot second. Right, if that's the case, then we'll do it. If it's not, then we just ignore it. We keep going. And the maximum of this and the minimum of this. I mean, we can directly do this because if it's not, it's a mismatch, right? Then the first and then this first maximum will be here, right? And a smaller will be here. So yeah, in fact, I think I can do low, right? We can do low with this. I think it will be much easier to handle. So this will be low, okay? This will be low. High will equal to here. This is gonna be high. This is gonna be high, right? So this is low and high, and then we say if low is smaller or equal to high, then we will do this low to high, right? We do low to high. If not, we just skip. So blah 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 blah. After we're done, then we say pre equal to, well, move the temp, right? We move the temp. So now that's done. I will move on to the next row. Right, we'll move on to the next row, and then we'll keep doing the same thing. So at the end, right, at the end, we'll have pre equal to, we have a pre. Right, we have a pre, so we need to go for int max size equal to 0 for const auto p pair, const auto p of pre max size shall equal to maximum max size p dot second minus p dot first plus 1, right? And now I return n minus max size. All right, so this is definitely OM. MN, this is MN, right? They have to go through every single one. And here is at most OMN. Okay, so let's give this a run. See how it goes. All right, let's see if we can do one shot. We hit 93, but this one we got wrong. Let's see what. Where is my pen? Here. B-A-A-B-A-B. Okay, so we have AAB. Oh, we have AAB and we have AB. So my answer, expected 2. Shoot. Yes, this and this. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not right. Cannot use the maximum this. And what should I use? All right, let's see. Have any hints? Lordy, no hints. Oh, then I don't know. We have to check the answer. Let's check the answer. DP. Oh wow, what the hell? Alright, this one's wrong. Okay, and this solution is wrong. See, and a counter example is BB. What's that? BB BAA BAA BAB. Right. The solution, this solution gives an answer of 3 because the max sorted length, the max sorted substring we can get is AB. However, the answer is 2 because we can remove the first B and the last A to form AABB. Yeah, to form AABB. So the idea in this solution does not work, unfortunately. All right, let's see. We try to find the number of columns to keep instead of the number of to delete. Yes, I have the same idea. At the end, we can subtract. Yes. Now let's say we must keep the first column. Okay. The next column D we keep must have all rows lexicographically sorted, and we can say that we have deleted all columns between C and D. Now we can use dp to solve the problem in this manner. Let dpk be the number of columns that are kept. Number of columns that are kept in answering the question for input. Row k. Wait, hold on. dpk is the number of columns that are kept. Okay, so what it's saying is dp, I like to use I, is number of columns kept in from rows I to the end. So if I have these, then this is dpk. Okay, dpi. I like to use dpi. All right, I think this is all that is to it. So let's just try to solve it. So dpi is the number of this, right? So if I want to calculate dpi, right, then we can say so we need to answer the dp0, right? dp0 is the answer, because from this to the end, what's the maximum number of rows we can keep, right? The maximum number of columns we can keep. But to solve dp0, I have all the columns, right? I have all the columns. So I say, so each column you can take, or you can delete. Huh? So no idea. We must keep the first column. So this is from I to this. So for row in A, so all the rows, oh, hold on. For row, oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is no. This is not right. I think they are going for a different one. This is K. This is the column. This is the column. The number of columns that are kept. So from all the rows, dpk is from this column towards the end, how many are kept? So dp w minus 1, not how you w, but in my case it's going to be n, right? So dp n minus 1 is going to be 1. Yes, because it's the last one. You want to do this, right? So I have dpi. So for that, right, how do we know if this needs to be kept or not? So I look for the next one, right? So next one at the beginning is all kept. So now we have this. So we compare every single one. If this is larger, if this is smaller than that, which is this, then yes, we keep it. So shall equal to 1 plus dpi plus 1, which is this, right? Or dpi, so because we are, so for each, oh yes, so for each column, for this column, right, I want to know from this towards the end, what's the maximum number we can keep. So I say from this to this one, this to this one, this to this one. I see. All right, yeah, it's was not good, but the solution is pretty straightforward. Okay, the solution was pretty straightforward. And the good part is we don't have to keep this one alive because I already understand how to solve it. Fail. That's fine. I read the editorial and it is actually not that hard, not that complicated. We use dp and define dpi and dpj. I have to use j, right, as the number of columns. Not columns, the max the max number of columns kept, right, from column j to the end. From column j to the end. We know that dp n minus 1 is equal to 1. That is, the last column can always be kept, right? For any dpj, right, we assume that we go through each subsequent column, right, and check if they can be kept, right? If column j and the subsequent column can coexist, right? If they can, the number of columns kept would be dp would be a max of dpj and 1 plus dpk, right? Column k. Column k, yeah. That's it. Mn squared, I guess. Yeah. Keep doing this until we find dp0. Yeah, it's very standard actually. Not very happy that we didn't get this one. So we need to have a note. We all still do m equal to dp vector size n, yeah, value 1, And then we're gonna go for int j equal to n minus 2, j large equal to 0, j minus minus, for int k equal to j plus 1, because I go one each one, k smaller than n, k plus plus, right? Right, for each one, we're gonna check, right, if they're all good, right? So can coexist. Boolean can coexist true. As a for int I, 0 smaller than m, I plus plus. Right. So for that, what we need to check is if str's I, j is larger than str's I, k, right? Then can coexist equal to false, and I'll break. So after this come out, we say if can coexist, right? If we can coexist, then we say dp j equal to maximum dpj and the 1 plus dpk. If they cannot coexist, we ignore. So blah 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 blah. When we get to the end, we'll return n minus dp0. All right, let's also put this wrong one in. That is interesting. I don't understand. Then we follow the thing. Why is this not working? Alright, let's just go through this. We'll go start from here, and then j is equal to this, coexist is true, and then I is just 0, and this is larger than false. So now for here, dp this is equal to, yeah, let's just go through. I want to know, I'm curious. Alright, b a b a b, so here's dp, this is 1, this is 2, right? So now I go from here, and so k is from here, right? Okay, and then this is larger than, yes, because this is false, so false. I ignore this, and then I go here, so this should be 2, right? And then this should be 3, and this should be 4, and then this skip, this should be 3. This is my dp result. What is the dp result when we for int d of dp, let's say cout d this And then let's only do the last one. I have a network error. What? Oh, Lord. Thank goodness. It does save it. 3, 4. Oh, shoot. My bad. It's the maximum. Int max length. Alright, max length is 0. So blah blah blah. When we max is not 0, it should be 1. So before we move on to the next one, we shall say max length shall equal to max length and dpj. And at the end, we will we'll remove max length. Small error. Let's, what the hell? Let's try this. We shall do this. Oh, reset. And reset this. Use test case. Change this to this. Alright, that shall be right. Yeah. And we'll submit. I mean, that's alright. 1998. Good. That's actually a good question. I will not call it a I won't call it a nightmare. It's just I didn't think of it. Yeah, I didn't think of it. Alright, anyway.